Well, it is starting to feel more and more like January as time goes on. And on this chilly Friday night, we have a very high-stakes matchup within the Marywood South in store for you here on Zaleski Sports. My name is Connor Philpy. Welcome in here to Newman Catholic in central Wisconsin. It's the Assumption Royals going up against the host Newman Catholic Cardinals. 7:15 projected start here, might be even a little bit early as we take a look at both of these two teams. We'll start off with the Marywood South standings because these are two teams smack dab in the middle of the standings. Both teams sitting at 3 and 4 within the Marywood South. Assumption at 3 and Newman Catholic in the 4 spot. Assumption is 5 and 6 overall, Newman Catholic 6 and 8 overall. In terms of record, these two teams very close so far this season. Start off here with the visiting Assumption team is they are coming off of a one-game winning streak here, defeating Auburndale in their last appearance. 47-38 was that final. They are 2 and 3 in their last 5, so hoping to kind of get back on track in this middle part of the season. Important stat that's going to be questioned here tonight and challenged here tonight by Newman Catholic is that Assumption is 4-0 versus teams that are under 500 so far this season. And so we'll see if that comes to a head against this Newman Catholic team here tonight. But taking a look here at their top performers, JT Schlafer scoring 21.4 points per game. He is going to be a player to watch throughout the course of the night. Logan Nystrom with 13.1 per game and Chase Lieberg in third in terms of the points leaders. And then JT Schlafer also leads the team in rebounds and in assists. So he is going to be on the court a lot, and you will hear his name called a lot so far here tonight. As we take a look now here at the home Newman Catholic Fighting Cardinals, they're on a 2-game win streak themselves. They've won 3 of their last 5, and they got a little bit of that momentum that came from that big win against Edgar, who is sitting at second currently in the Marywood South standings. I was on the call for that one on Tuesday, the 62-61 thriller, and that momentum carried as they defeated Three Lakes 53-40 just last night. They're going to end up playing I had that wrong. I got my game for tomorrow, and Assumption is going to be playing 2 games in a row, and got mixed up and thought Newman Catholic was having to play 3 games all in 3 days. That would have been absolutely insane. But Newman Catholic still with a back-to-back that ends here tonight versus these Assumption Royals. For them, top performer, as always, is Quincy Fender in terms of points scored. 24.4 per game just a few weeks ago, achieved that 1,000-point mark in his high school career so far. 43.9% shooting from the floor, and when he can get hot from beyond the arc, it really opens things up for this team. Lucas Piffner is by his side with 13.8 points per game, and Griffin Pent in third place in points. Lucas Piffner also leads in rebounds and assists, so you see how that's kind of a two-headed monster, but all these players all over the court can score for both teams. So I'd like to thank you again for tuning in to Zaleski Sports. About 30 seconds until we're announcing the starting lineups and getting you over to the national anthem. We'd like to remind you tonight's starting lineups are presented by Rib Mountain Eye Care. The team at Rib Mountain Eye Care hopes you're enjoying the broadcast. But hey, if the players look a little blurry or your glasses are a constant bother, we can help. Call the vision experts at Rib Mountain Eye Care today. Don't miss a single moment of the next big game. So again, the 3 and the 4 in the Marywood South high-stakes game just about to start right here on Zaleski Sports. Connor Philpy, happy to bring it over to you. Now we'll bring it over to the PA.
Welcome and good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Newman Catholic High School, home of your Cardinals. Tonight is alumni night. We're going to have some special things to do at halftime, so be prepared and ready for that. Tonight's basketball varsity match features your visiting Royals from Wisconsin Rapids Assumption High School and your Newman Fighting Cardinals. WIAA sportsmanship says this: Newman Catholic High School and Assumption High School and the Marywood Conference in the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based interscholastic events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege, and with the exception with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. Now, for those that are able to, please stand and bow your head in prayer. As it is tradition at Newman High School, we will start. Strong and faithful God, as we come together for this contest, we ask that you bless these athletes. Keep them safe from injury and harm. Instill in them respect for each other and reward them for their perseverance. Lead us all to the rewards of your kingdom, where you live and reign forever and ever. Amen. And now to honor America, we will have the pep band play our national anthem. We ask that you stand and remove your hats and place your hand over your hearts. This time, we would like to introduce the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Royals from Assumption High School. A senior, number 1, Logan Nystrom. A senior, number 3, Chase Lieberg. A senior, number 11, JT Schlafer. A junior, number 21, Trey Krantz. And a sophomore, number 30, Reed Schroeder. And now for your starting lineup for your Newman Cardinals. A senior guard, number 0, Quincy Bender. A senior guard, number 1, Lucas Pepker. A senior forward, number 2, Griffin Kent. A senior forward, number 3, Damian Kent. And a senior forward, number 5, Lucas Urban. The Cardinals are coached by Jeff Chris and assisted by Jim Baker and Jake Jayeski. And the Royals are coached by Josh Pulse, assisted by Greg Lindenhofer, Jason Schmidt, and Brad Pulse.
And so, nothing left to do now but tip off here from Newman Catholic and on Zaleski Sports. Again, happy to have you with us here on this Friday night. One of 15 games streaming here all on the same night on Zaleski Sports, all basketball action. We'll give you updates on all those other games throughout the course of the night as well. But ready or not, here we go, and almost. Have to get ready one more time here as there is a retip called. And now, ready or not, here we go from Newman Catholic, as that one's thrown out of bounds right away off of a player, and it will be called off of Newman Catholic, a battle for right out of the gate. And we've been seeing some really good and really scrappy games here throughout the Merriwood South between both boys and girls throughout the course of the last couple weeks. We'll see if that intensity continues here tonight. Swung around quickly here on the perimeter. Surveying is Lieberg. He gets it out to Nystrom. Nystrom, a senior. As a travel early on will be called. 3 of the 5 Assumption starting 5 are seniors. Trey France, a junior, and Sauter is a sophomore as that one gets stolen away by Assumption early on here. Driving in is Schlafer. He got that one up top. Now quick passing brings it underneath the basket. Back out for a 3 and off the mark. Fender quickly back. He makes a lot happen in transition and a lot of times is always looking for that quick opportunity to score. But you see him able to score all over the floor. Nailed some big 3s in that victory against Edgar on Tuesday here at Newman Catholic. 3-point shot, and it is drained by Lucas Piffner for the first points here of the night. Every single member of this starting 5 for Newman Catholic is a senior. You see that chemistry and that seniority that they share with each other throughout the course of the night. And a foul is going to be called early on here against Newman Catholic. Looks like they'll get. That is against Damian Pent. Lieberg up top. Schaefer puts up the 3, no good. Excuse me, that's Schlafer, JT Schlafer, the senior. 6'4" Assumption, as there's a player down here on the baseline. And it looks like it is Lucas Piffner. And he is going to get looked at over there. We'll take a step aside and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local.
We welcome you back here. Quick break as Lucas Piffner did get up quickly, but then very quickly headed right to the locker room and got checked out immediately. So good news on the front of him not staying down for too long, but certainly something concerning happened there that he wanted to get checked out. So we'll hope all the best there and give you updates if we find any throughout the course of the night. Is back the other way. Is rolled off, no good. Rebounded there by Michael Fox, who came in relief of Piffner. And we'll try and see if Newman Catholic can respond after losing one of their better players here tonight. Damian Pent, excuse me, that is off the mark from Griffin Pent. Quick pass to Lieberg on the near side of your screen, and then no shot, but a foul called. And that'll be a throw-in from the baseline on already the second foul of the half for Newman Catholic. That'll be against Fox off the bench. 2:40 gone and only 3 points scored so far on the NTC scoreboard. Trying to drive in there by having to bounce off. And now back up top to Schlafer. Getting the pick from Ron Board, who came into the game. As this one just doesn't quite get the roll. Kind of a weird roll there. Wasn't a bad put in. Griffin Pent up top now, working against Nystrom. Handing it off there to Fox. Fender with the long 3, and he drains it. And Newman Catholic's top scorer gets on the board for the first time here tonight. Early 6-0 lead for the Cardinals as it swung around to Schlafer. He gets a cut there underneath the basket. Can't get that one to go. Blocked away, but into the hands of an Assumption player, and now Nystrom has it. faked in, and the layup doesn't go again, and it's going to go back Newman Catholic's way. A couple layups that just didn't quite get the bounce. See that kind of rattling tight inside the rim, and quite literally the way the ball bounces sometimes, and Assumption trying to get back on that horse, as they've had some good looks here so far. Damian Pent got it over to Griffin. Trying to get a pick there for Fox. Instead, he dumps it back over to Damian Pent. He puts up the shot against the glass. That doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Nystrom. Nystrom under pressure, but gets it away. Lieberg. Around now to Peters. As that one will fall. That's a three-point shot made by Schlafer. And just like that, Assumption on the board. Early contributions from both teams' top scorers. Griffin Pent getting it around there to Damian. Handed off to Fender, gets the pick. He puts up a off-balance jumper that doesn't go, but he gets his own rebound. Ben works from the top of the key. And forced to put up a awkward shot that time. He falls to the ground awkwardly. Thankfully, he's okay. Back the other way for the Royals. It's going to be a... They did not call a jump ball on that one. Looks like they got a foul there. They got Damian Pent for already his second of the night. We'll see how that progresses throughout things as 5:15 in to the game. As Lieberg will look to throw it in here. Getting this one out to Schlafer under the basket, and that's going to be a foul called against Fender. Schlafer playing aggressive underneath the basket, as he has all season long. And then going to the ground there, and Fender's called for 2 fouls now in the last 10 seconds of action. And now you got 2 of Newman Catholic starting 5 in early foul trouble, and Lucas Piffner injured early on, and Newman Catholic will head back to the bench, try and lick their wounds a little bit, and they'll talk things over, and we'll be back in a few minutes here on Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Welcome back here. A little bit of a low-scoring affair in the first 4.5 or 5.5 actually of play, as this one's a putback that doesn't quite go off of Schlafer. It was a good feed in from the baseline, but not the touch there. If you're just joining us, Lucas Piffner down early on with an injury. He right away went to the bench, or to the locker room, I should say, following that injury. We will work to get you updates as we can, as this one, a left-handed layup attempt, doesn't go. And Assumption has had some good looks, like I've mentioned, but can't quite get the touch on some of those layup opportunities. About, I believe, 4 from right under the basket that couldn't quite connect. Fender getting double-teamed over there in the corner, and he retreats it back out to Damian Pence up top. Griffin surveys. And now Michael Fox, as Newman Catholic continues to rotate it around. Seeing those wings try and kind of expand and contract, trying to get this defense off balance a little bit. So they're standing strong so far on this possession, but a nice feed that time. Again, Fox can't get it to go off the glass. He looks around for a foul. That one gets poked away though. And Fender wanted that in transition. See a little bit of frustration from him, yelling there as it's going to go back Assumption's way. And I understand both sides of that one. Fender was a little bit closer to the defender than you'd like to try and lob that up to him. 3-point shot from the corner, and that one doesn't go, but the putback is good there from Odin France. He's a freshman off the bench, 6 foot for Assumption. And a nice play by him to get that strong offensive rebound. And it's a 1-point game, 6-5 on the NTC scoreboard. Under 11 now to go in the first half. Driving in here, losing the ball. France grabs it. And now Assumption coming up strong on 2 straight defensive possessions. Here's France getting it over to Trey France. Odin France and Trey France both on the team. I'll do my best to differentiate between them, just like I do with the Pence. Up top to Nystrom. Fakes the 3, and now a 3-point shot is taken, no good. Off of Odin France. Fender trying to get a pick there. Back out, Fox. Couldn't pull the trigger on the 3. Under 10 now to go in the first. Into the corner there to Erdman. Griffin Pent. Now back out to Erdman again. Thinking about that 3, instead he tries to drive in, and he gets a nice touch on that one. And it's in for 2. All the way across to Schlafer. Playing catch with Nystrom. Into the corner again now, trying to feed it under the basket, poked away by Fender, but it'll stay with Assumption. It's going to be Board coming back in here. As France, that is Lieberg that takes a rest. Getting that one in for a nice touch off the backboard for Trey France. Fed in there by Schlafer. Back and forth the last couple minutes. We've had some kind of slow developing possessions here, under 9 to go, and 15 total points scored so far in this first half. Griffin Pent up top working against Nystrom. He dumped it off, and Erdman now takes it to the top of the point. Newman Catholic trying to rotate along the perimeter here. And now Erdman gets a little bit of work and gets it to bounce with 4 straight points now for him for the Cardinals. Erdman, one of those players that you see him show up every night, as this a foul is going to be called. You see him show up every night, and it's sometimes in a lot of different ways. You don't always see all the points on the stat sheet for him. Other nights he gets a lot in, and he's just such a great facilitator for this team in everything that he does, as Odin France will come out for Assumption, as this one is going to go off and in. Kind of a weird bounce there as Schlafer picked it up, and now looks like a 30-second timeout called by Josh Pultz, and we will take a quick step aside and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
I knew I wanted to start an agency that honored those small town values like relationships and service. Our mission is to sell insurance ethically and with integrity to protect our clients' needs today, tomorrow, and in the future.
Not everybody understands insurance, and it's a good day when I can help give peace of mind.
When working with Access Insurance, we are a team, so you don't just get one of us, you get all 4 of us.
Access Insurance Agency, our business revolves around you.
Well, welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Again, Connor Philippi with you. as we have Friday night basketball action here in Newman Catholic in Wausau, Wisconsin. Both teams teetering around that 500 mark. Assumption trying to win today to get up to 500. Newman Catholic sitting at 6-8. Both teams kind of at a crossroads in their season where they've had a lot of great games and have both just kind of struggled against those teams above 500. And again, like I said at the beginning of this matchup, Assumption 4-0 so far versus teams under 500 this year. That one poked away. It'll be because of a foul, though. Siler Schill is going to be, it's going to be Trey France. But Siler Schill is in the game here for Assumption. Trey France now comes out of the game after that foul. Griffin Pence with a crossover, drives it in, then forces it back out. Up top now. Erdman along the perimeter. He hands it off to Fender. Fender trying to work here against Board, and now nice feed in, gets it to go, and that is Griffin Pent getting the pass from Damian Pent in for two. Three-point lead again here for Newman Catholic. That shot missed, but a rebound, three-pointer up, and bouncing off this time. Newman Catholic gets on it with Michael Fox. Under 7 now to go. Neither team's been up by more than a possession so far. Newman Catholic trying to change that here. Fender gets this one in, rolls off the mark. As Schlafer now rebounds it, he's quickly back. Underneath the basket. Double teamed, but getting it out. And puts up that shot, it banks in for Nystrom. And that's what both of those players can do when they're firing on all cylinders. You see JT Schlafer, he's so fast and gets a lot of work done underneath the basket. And when he draws that attention right underneath the hoop, you're going to have guys that are going to be able to get open in space. And it looks like it's going to be Board that's called for that one. There's a little bit of fighting, not actual fighting, but some physical play back and forth between him and Fender there, and they got him on it. Makes it 2 fouls on the half for Assumption, so they've played some pretty even-keeled basketball so far. That one doesn't quite get the bounce off the glass for Fender. Assumption trying to take the lead again here with 6 to go. 12-11 on the NTC scoreboard. Swung around, looking for an open man. Nystrom is open, and it bounces off the back of the rim there. Working quickly are the Cardinals. Nice feed into Erdman. Puts up the shot. It doesn't go, though. Racing for the rebound was Griffin Pence, and now he will travel. He was under a lot of pressure. You feel like if he had been able to gather without the travel, he probably would have been able to draw the foul there. But now Assumption gets the ball back. Tossing it across the court. Schlafer can't get it off the glass. He's struggled so far in those situations underneath the basket. And as much as I've said as this one is out of bounds for Fender, as much as I've said that he has created those opportunities under the basket, just imagine what Assumption could do if he was also able to get those kinds of shots to connect. He'd draw even more attention and get some of these sharp shooters for Assumption even more looks in space. As that one gets blocked away. And Erdman is going to get called with the foul there, and just the entire bench you see jump up there incensed. And that's going to be 2 shots here for Ron Board, who was pretty frustrated about a call against him on the other side of the court. And he will get that first free throw to bank in, as Assumption, with 5 minutes left in the half, finds themselves now in the bonus. And it will stay tied, 1 for 2 from the line. And good news here for Newman Catholic. If you are tuning in just now, Lucas Piffner was hurt, went into the locker room to be checked out, and he is in the game. I apologize if that happened a while ago and I just missed it, but great news to see him in action once again here, as it didn't look good initially. Whenever you see a player immediately go to the locker room like that, you get nervous, but these are tough players. Everett Pent now will come in for Newman Catholic, as Damian Pent gets a rest. And Trey France is going to come in here for Assumption as Ron Board. He'll take a break. Assumption still with only 2 fouls in the half so far. Getting this one out, 3-pointers up, and Griffin Pent nails it. Five points now for him on the night. Back up 3 are the Cardinals on the NTC scoreboard, under 4 now to go in the first half. Schlafer gets that one to go, and a nice move there as he did a step back spin move for a nothing but net shot, and 7 points on the night for him so far. Lucas Piffner gets it around, driving in, but getting it back out now to Piffner. He is under pressure in the corner. He works out of it, puts up the 3. That one off the mark. Assumption will certainly take those shots, getting these Newman Catholic players off balance. Faking that 3 there. Now the feed in, putting up the shot. That one goes for Braden Peters. And Assumption's back on top here with 3 to go in the first half. They're finding that space right around that middle point of the paint. Griffin Pent over to Quincy, that's Piffner. Trying to get that pick, working with a little bit of space now from it. Nice feed in and a timeout, that's a foul offensively that will send things back for Assumption. I say that would have been one of the least opportune timeouts ever to take for Newman Catholic, but no, it was that hand against the hand and not a timeout call for the ref. 3-pointer from the corner, that one doesn't go, and somehow mossed out of the air. Put back is good from Chase Lieberg. Straight cash from him as he poked that up when it looked like there was no chance for the rebound, and it's a 3-point lead now for Assumption. Smartly called the timeout did Jeff Gress, and we'll take a timeout with him and be back here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline Motor Oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only at Fleet Farm.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Philippi with you, 18-15 in favor of Assumption as they find themselves with a 6-0 run following a couple of nice putback attempts and second chances forcing some kind of more uneven shots for Newman Catholic the last couple of possessions. Quincy Fender taking it back down here for Newman Catholic. So far, Assumption's kept him in check pretty well. Only that one three-point shot, as that one is fouled or called against Assumption, and Erdman will head to the line.
Fouls on Assumption number 14.
First shot is off the mark. When these two teams met just a day after today in 2025, January 17th of 2025, it was a 58-47 win for Assumption. And so Newman Catholic trying to avenge that here tonight. Both teams have been back and forth the whole way through so far. Trey France gets it around to Lieberg. He gets some space as it's faked for Peters and then swung back around to Schleifer on the near side. He drives in with it, and that's going to be a travel call against Schleifer. Newman Catholic standing strong there, got him kind of in a double, even triple team, and looked like the plan for Schleifer was to kind of just try and draw the foul there with how many bodies were in on him. But 1:25 left in the first as Newman Catholic will look to try and make something happen as Piffner starts with it. Again, looking to be okay after the injury early on as it's drained there by Griffin Pence. He is on a roll so far here tonight. 8 points and 2 3-point shots in the last few minutes for him as Newman Catholic takes the lead right back. Last minute of play here in the first. Spin move now into the corner. 3 for Lieber. Or no, excuse me. He faked me out on that one. Decided not to take it. Schleifer. Now he puts up the 3 off the front of the rim. Rebounded though by Lieberg in the corner. Back up top, another 3 attempt. This one rolls off as well. Piffner got the rebound. 30 seconds left in the first. Piffner with the feed over, swung back around to Griffin Pence, and now up top, Newman Catholic will survey here and see if they just wait on the last shot of the half. Damian Pent holds it now. 10 seconds in the first. Fender wants the ball in his hands, potentially for the final shot. Instead, it's fed to Erdman, and the foul is going to be called. Newman Catholic gets the Royals to bite. They look to lead by 2 or even 3 before the half, but one more shot most likely for Assumption with 3.8 seconds to go in the first. Erdman was 1 for 2 his last time to the line, misses the first here. And for these last few seconds, Board will replace Trey France for Assumption. And it is going to be no shot there. Excuse me, the shot will technically count, but the point did not count because of a lane violation. So 1-point game. Here's one last chance, and it's poked away for Newman Catholic, and shucking this one into the stage area. But Newman Catholic holds on to the lead going into the halftime break. It's been a back and forth affair. They can only hope that it will be a good finish in a defensive battle here from Newman Catholic. It's a 10-minute halftime break, but we'll come back right around halfway through that break after these commercial messages to break down some of the other games happening throughout the state of Wisconsin and talk about what these two teams need to try and do in the second to get the win. But you are watching boys basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, The family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Protect your ride from the elements with Tommy's Express Car Wash. Our top wash, The Works, is engineered with 14 steps to keep your car clean, whatever the weather. The Works includes detox pre-wash, removing the grime right from the start, seal in the shine with ceramic body wax, and defend against the elements with Tommy Guard. And don't forget to complete the clean with our vacuums and mat washers. Sign up now and wash unlimited at Tommy's Express. Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from their simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
Elite Auto Care on Schofield Avenue in Weston offers the best in automotive care and repair. This locally owned and operated repair group features a full staff of ASE certified technicians. They are ready to handle all major and minor repairs to get you back on the road. For any make, any model vehicle, look to Elite Auto Care for repairs. From general maintenance and preventative care like oil changes and tire rotations, to those more challenging issues like air conditioning, brakes, and engine issues. Elite Auto also offers a full selection of tires to fit your vehicle needs. For your next auto needs, turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business, on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
Abbey Bank. They make banking about you. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
Did you know we carry chocolate that can help you stay strong and fit this holiday season?
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
We
have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Good day, my name is Ken Hyman and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freire, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Welcome back here to Newman Catholic on Zaleski Sports. It should be a great second half of action here between Assumption and Newman Catholic. Take a look here at really the only game that is going on within these boys basketball Merriwood South standings. Edgar and Marathon, that's a big game. Marathon, first of all, is sitting undefeated so far on the season. They're 7-0 within the conference, 10-0 overall. And Edgar is second within the Merriwood South. They're on a 2-game losing streak, but hoping to get back on track. And it's a lot of work for any of these teams to do to try and track down Marathon at this point. But right now, it's only a 38-29 game. Edgar very much still in that one going into the end of the half. Going to some of these other games, we got Marshfield and Wausau West for girls basketball. That one is 15-12 with about 2 minutes left in the first half. Kaukauna and Oshkosh North for boys basketball. Oshkosh North currently leading 16-13. Kaukauna number 2 in the bound ranking, so that would be a heck of an upset. Obviously, that one's still pretty early on in the game. And plenty of other action going on throughout the state of Wisconsin for you to check out as this game continues. And if you want to put this game up on a laptop, get your phone up and stream that way, go onto your YouTube app. There's a lot of different ways to manufacture kind of a split screen type of view and watch a bunch of games here tonight. This is kind of the night for it with all these games going on. I believe 14 or 15 all at once here on Zaleski Sports. There was a couple double headers in there as well, so not all at once, but you get the picture. 19-18 so far in this game between Assumption and Newman Catholic. And again, this is a big game between these two because both teams are 3-4 within the Merriwood South. And the winner of this one will take possession of the third place spot within the conference. And it's been a pretty defensive battle so far. A lot of kind of long developing possessions. And neither team really able to get on any sort of tear offensively. It really has just kind of been back and forth, with both teams kind of having their slumps and some mistakes on both sides, some kind of high percentage shots that just haven't quite been able to connect. But don't make any mistake, it really has been the defense for either team that has resulted in this kind of a score. Both teams have really been able to take away the top performers. You know, obviously Schlafer still with 7 points on the night, but usually you would expect him to put up about 20 or more. He averages 21.4 on the season. Same thing for Quincy Fender, averaging 24 per game on the season, and he's got just that one 3-point shot so far here tonight. He's got 3 total points, and so taking away those players have been huge for both teams. Now the question is, will either of those players get hot, or will another hero emerge for either of these teams here in the second half? And we are excited to find out here as we are just about to start this one off. As Assumption was down by 3, I believe it was 18-15 before they put up those 2 straight shots and went up by 1 going into the halftime break. And so Josh Pultz giving his battle orders to Assumption, and on the Newman Catholic side, of course, Jeff Gress heading up that squad. Newman Catholic on the back end of back-to-back games because they played on Thursday. Assumption will play back-to-back games because they play the first game of a boy and girl doubleheader in Pacelli tomorrow that I'll be on the call for. Make sure you stay tuned to both of those games because on the girls' side, it's the 3 and 5th ranked teams in the state. 3-point shot is up, and it is nothing but net from Griffin Pent. 11 points on the night. Just like I said, will a hero emerge? He has been a top performer for them tonight. 3 3-point shots nailed throughout this one, and getting a 2-pointer in there as well. 3-point shot is up now for Assumption, doesn't go, and that one poked away nicely by Erdman. Just like I said in the first half, despite what the stat sheet says, Erdman will always make his mark throughout the course of the game, and you see that in some of these tough rebounds and nice assists and just battling all game long for him. Piffner throws this one over to Damian Pent. Erdman now with it in the corner, back around to Piffner. Nice feed in, and then getting back out for some space. Damian Pent nails it. The Pents are on fire here to start out the first half. 7-point lead for Newman Catholic. And one last reminder to anyone that might have watched the first few minutes and is now back. Lucas Piffner got hurt early on in the game and is now back. He came back with a few minutes remaining in the first half and has been playing ever since. And this one doesn't quite get the roll, had to throw it underhand. And it's rebounded here by Newman Catholic. 6 straight points for them as Fender takes it down. Piffner swings it over to Griffin Pent and now over to Erdman. Nice feed in, and it's good. Piffner from Erdman. And early timeout, not even 2.5 in the half. Josh Pultz wanting to talk things over. Newman Catholic with 8 straight points to start out the second, and we'll be back in just a moment after this break.
Good evening, folks. Matt LePay here. Ridgetop Exteriors is kicking off your roof replacement like pros. Old shingles off, decking down, ice and water guard set. Textbook protection. Underlayment follows. Sealed tight like an O-line. Valleys flashed. Shingles installed row by row. Captain ventilated. The crew scoops every nail, leaving no yard marker behind. This project's wrapped. Your turn to call the play at ridgetopexteriors.com.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Connor Phillippe again with you, and Assumption on their heels here to start out the second half. There was a point in the last minute of play where, or maybe the last 2 minutes of play, where they were up by 3. And didn't last long as Assumption closed in and went up by 1, and now 8-0 run for Assumption. 8-0 run for Newman Catholic. Took about 3 takes, but I got there as they now lead by 9 here early on in the half, as tossing this out to Nystrom now. A little bit of a stumble, creates some space. 3-pointer in the corner, and it rolls off. Those shots have not been bad shots for Assumption so far here tonight, and they've been in good positions to make the shots. Not too many off-balance, highly contested ones. They just can't quite get the bounce they're looking for. Piffner up top, working against Schlafer. He feeds it in. Fender somehow gets that one to go. He was ranging away on 1 foot. And that floater with the concentration of Fender gets it to go. And his team now up 11. Some frustration so far throughout the night for Fender. But that one blocked away, and he sure is happy about his team being up by 11, I'm sure. For all these players, for Newman Catholic, the win's the most important as they win that possession back off the rebound. Erdman up top. And now Damian Pent gets it over to Fender. Fender finds Piffner. All the way out across to Erdman. Newman Catholic taking their time now. Feed in, Piffner, three-pointer, bouncing just out. Assumption still searching for their first points of the half. Already over 4 minutes in. Getting it over here to Schlafer. All the way out across, faking the three, Lieberg. Now back out to Nystrom. He drives in, and that does not go. The putback, though, is good. Ron Board with a nice offensive rebound. Gets it back within single digits. As Erdman works it over now to the other side of the court. Tried to feed that one into Piffner. Somehow Fender gets the rebound. Back out. Faking that three. Now back out for a three-pointer for Damian Pent. Doesn't go. Rebounded there by Lieber. Move over to Lieberg. Now fed in Schlafer. And is going to be a foul called. That is against Piffner. His first foul of the night. Of course, missed about, I'd say, 14, 15 minutes of game action. It was a slow start for fouls for both teams, but then by the end of the first half, Newman Catholic had 7 or 8 fouls. Driving in here, puts up the floater, and it's good from Nystrom. And now Assumption with a little bit of a run on their own, but unevaded, or now evaded to the basket. It looked for a second like Damian Pent was going to get free range. He was wide open and then eventually gets defended, but really the only way to defend that much momentum is by fouling. And so 2 shots upcoming for Damian Pent off the first foul of the game for Odin France. This one bouncing in. Braden Peters coming in for Board. Assumption did a really good job of keeping the fouling to a minimum in that first half. And so no players really even close to foul trouble here, as it's 1 for 2 from the line. Lieberg will take his time here. Spin move. And now under some pressure, getting it out to Lieberg. Faking it from the corner. Now 3-point shots up, and it finds its way in. What a shot to cut this to a 5-point game now, and just like that, Assumption now with 7 points in the second half. They've found their way back into this one. As this one's going to be stolen away. Schlafer gets the feed in and the layup for Nystrom. We'll see if this forces a timeout here for Coach Gress soon. Damian Pent getting it over to Erdman. Losing it for a second. Piffner with the putback attempt doesn't go. And then battling for it, it's going to be a jump ball called.
In for Newman, number 23, Michael Fox.
Newman Catholic
And in for Assumption, number 21.
has outscored this, Assumption has outscored this Newman Catholic team 9-1 in the last couple minutes after Assumption had a long run of their own. Into the corner here, Schlafer getting this one back out to Lieberg. Now around Trey France, got into the corner to Nystrom. Schlafer gets this one almost poked away by Piffner, but he gets the ball back, put in, no, it doesn't go in there, and it's going to be Newman Catholic ball. That was a difficult situation there for Assumption. You see another one of those situations where it was a nice feed in, good attempt, and just feels like there's almost like some invisible border over the rim from that area of the court sometimes, or that area of the net. Faking that three, driving in is Griffin Pence, gets it back out. Piffner for three. That one rolling off, rebounded by Schlafer. Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the game as the almost and one. Again, Schlafer will shoot two. But another shot that looked like it was going to go in and didn't.
His second.
Second for Piffner now of the night. As this one is good. Board will come in, replacing Peters. Assumption cuts it back 2-1. For Newman Catholic, their run came from a variety of players on their team. Assumption saw Schlafer kind of pick up speed a little bit now. He's got 12 on the night as Piffner ranges back out. We also saw Nystrom get a couple of shots as well. Erdman drives out. Piffner now from the corner. He puts up the three. Bouncing off, but poked away nicely to keep it in for Newman Catholic. That was Michael Fox. Fender now up top. Gets a little bit of a pick there, but almost triple teamed there. It'll create some space. Three is up, and it's good. Who else but Griffin Pence? Pent now with 14 on the night. Back the other way for three, though, is Schlafer. And now the offense starts to pick up for both teams as driving in Fender travels. And it's been a frustrating night for him. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way. Assumption has defended him nicely so far here tonight. Schlafer drives in and can't get the roll. Piffner takes it across the timeline. Erdman now looking and finding Fox there. Coming up on 8 to go in the game. And that push is called, and that's going to be an easy 2 shots for Fox. Fox trying to get his first points on the board of the night.
Falls on Assumption, number 21, France. His second, team second.
That one is good. Second one falls as well, and I have to say it's refreshing here to see so many points on the board for a lot of different players for both teams. Now, you aren't seeing double-digit performances from a lot of different players necessarily, but you're seeing multiple scores for a lot of different guys as Fox will now commit the foul on the other side. But that is the recipe for success as Newman Catholic understanding that these defenses are trying to take away Quincy Fender from this game. And the only way to combat that is to find ways to get him open or just take that empty space and run with it and get some other players some action. And on the Assumption side, as well as Schlafer has done in this second half, they've also had a lot of help from guys around the team. This one poked away by Fox, keeps it in bounds. He's underneath the basket now. That one blocked away, though, by Schlafer. Strong move by him as he takes it down now. He finds it across the court, driving in, losing the ball, now out to him. Three-pointer faked. Trying to get this defense disoriented. Driving in, handed off once again to Schlafer. Long possession here. Still a 3-point lead for Newman Catholic so far on the NTC scoreboard. Almost 7 remaining in the game. Lieberg now up top, swinging around to Nystrom. Defended by Fender here. Getting it in now. Board with a quick pass back out. All the way out across again to Schlafer. Just can't find any space. Wide open opportunity, but then closed in on quickly. Puts it in though as he drives in. That was Lieberg. Gets it back to a 1-point game. Good, wise decision there to not go for that three because he knew if he got that player to jump for that ball, he could spin past and get in for 2, and that's going to be a foul called, no shot. There'll be a throw in here on just the third foul of the half for Assumption, and both teams with only 3 on the half. Pretty mild-mannered for both of them so far. Fender spins and tosses it out to Fox. Fox getting this one out. Griffin Pent. He puts up the 3. This time it's off the front of the rim. And it looks like a timeout's going to be called here for Assumption. Josh Pultz wants to talk things over. We've got a good one brewing here in Newman Catholic, 35-34 on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports, 35-34 in favor of the home Newman Catholic Cardinals. It's been a fantastic one so far here tonight. It's been a back and forth affair to start out the second half. Newman Catholic went on a crazy run. At one point scored 8 straight and then was up by double digits at one point before Assumption came storming back for a point run of their own. However, since then it's just been back and forth. But Newman Catholic has kept the lead for a while now, but it has not grown beyond 3 at any point past that. Three-pointer bounces off and trying to chuck it against Fox, but he ducked out of the way and it's Newman Catholic ball. Piffner up top, around to Fox now. We've seen some long developing possessions. It was very defensive in the first half. That's why you see the low score here in the second, and somehow getting that one to go is Fender, putting the spin off the backboard there. And he has worked very hard for his points so far here tonight. Around here to Nystrom. Back around, driving. Nystrom wide open 3, and he drains it. We are tied with 4.5 to go here from Newman Catholic. 9 points on the night for Nystrom. And that's going to force a timeout now for Newman Catholic. Tied at 37. We'll be back in a moment on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
All right, I haven't tried that one yet. Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. We've got a good one tied up at 37. A Merriwood South battle between the 3rd and 4th teams. Both teams sitting at 3 and 4 within the conference. And so the upper hand will go to the winner of this one for that 3rd place spot. Newman Catholic knocked off Edgar on Tuesday. And so they are looking to go on a conquest throughout the course of this week against teams above them in their conference. And so Newman Catholic was up 3 before Nystrom drained the 3-point shot before that timeout was called. And that has led to the tie score. We have now Newman Catholic with the ball, 4.5 to go in the game. Michael Fox getting this one out to Griffin Pent. Fender now. Newman Catholic wanting to play this one smart. 3-point shot is up, off the mark, rebounded by Schlafer. Underneath the basket, that one gets tipped up, and it is stolen away by Fender. In transition, can't get the roll though. Schlafer on the other side of the court now. Board will drive under the basket. Fed back up top to Lieberg. Around to Peters. A lot of movement around the perimeter for Assumption as they're trying to just work for some space. Under the basket, can't get it to go. And battling for that possession, nice job there by Piffner to get the Cardinals back the ball. Now a couple minutes have gone by with no score. Piffner now with it for Newman Catholic. Under 3 to go. He drives in, gets it out to Erdman. Erdman under pressure, but finding Griffin Pent. He drives in, and he will draw the foul as Logan Nystrom incensed after that one. Josh Pultz with his hands straight up to try and signal that should not have been a foul.
This first.
This one will bounce off though, as Damian Pent will come in for Michael Fox. And on the Assumption side, Odin France will come in for Peters. 2:46 remaining. Second shot upcoming for Griffin Pent. This one does fall as Newman Catholic retakes the lead. Make that 15 now on the night for Griffin Pent as he ties with Schlafer. Up top, here's Lieberg around to Schlafer. Working against Piffner here. Up top, faking that 3, now puts up a shot, and it's good from right around free throw range. Great decision there to fake that 3, get himself some space for a much higher percentage shot, understanding you're only down 1. And now they're up 1 with 2 to go. Griffin Pent feeds it to Piffner. Into the corner to Erdman. Piffner again up top. And it's almost thrown away. It goes against the ref and stays in bounds. What a crazy play there as Newman Catholic gets second life. Fender trying to get that pick. He drives in, puts up the floater, doesn't go, and it's won back by the Royals. Those shots just have not been falling for Fender and Newman Catholic here tonight. 1:30 to go now. Assumption in the driver's seat, but only up one. They're taking their time here. Lieberg now has it. He works over to France. France now under pressure, gets it over to Schlafer. Fed in, that shot rolls in. 3-point lead for Assumption. Timeout's going to be called off the huge shot from Ron Board to make it a 3-point game. We'll be right back after this on Zaleski Sports.
Here at Brickner Motors in Little Chicago, we will help you order your brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep and get it equipped the way you want it, in the color you've always dreamed of. Whether you choose from our in-stock selection or order factory fresh, quality vehicles at competitive prices are what keep people coming back again and again. Make the drive out to Brickner Motors on Little Chicago's northeast side and let our family take care of your family. You can count on us.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. 1:03 to go as Assumption has a 3-point lead. Newman Catholic had their opportunities on their side of the court. And just some of those situations where in the past Newman Catholic has kind of those Superman moments where they go up for some of those more off-balance shots, maybe some lower percentage shots that just find their way in. And in clutch time so far here tonight, Newman Catholic can't quite get those shots to fall. But they still have the ball in a one-possession game with still a full minute to go. It'll be Piffner to take it down for Newman Catholic. Keep an eye on Griffin Pence. He's nailed multiple threes for Newman Catholic so far here tonight. Working there against Schlafer. And now Fender with it. Fender up top. And it's going to be another timeout called here for Newman Catholic. And with only 42 seconds left, we'll stay with you here and talk a little bit about what is up next, because usually depending on the kind of game we have, sometimes we can talk about it in the last few seconds. I've got a feeling this one's going to be a lot more dramatic, and so I'll preview those things for you now. As Saturday we have multiple games going on. We have boys hockey, Marshfield going up against Rhinelander, then the rest are all basketball action. We have a couple doubleheaders. Wapaka and Watoma has both girls and boys basketball in Wapaka. 5:30 and 7 o'clock start on tomorrow. Athens and Owen Withee is a 1:30 start. Spencer Columbus Catholic, also boys basketball at 6. Number 1 Wisconsin Lutheran and Brookfield Central, boys basketball at 4. And I'll be on the call tomorrow for a doubleheader in Pacelli. We'll see these same Assumption boys play up against Pacelli at 3 o'clock and 4:45. The matinee, Assumption and Pacelli, those two teams, both in the top 5 in the state in their division. 43 seconds to go, still 3-point deficit for Newman Catholic. Piffner working here, as he will find now Fender. Fender trying to get the pick here. He'll step back, 25 seconds now. Piffner trying to work it back out to Griffin Pence. He's under pressure now. Tossing it all the way back now to Piffner. There's 10 seconds left in the game. And a foul, or excuse me, another timeout's going to be called. Good decision there by Jeff Gress, because Newman Catholic is in kind of an uncomfortable position there. They'd much rather just try and get a nice throw in to set up a potential play. But of course, you open up the door now for Assumption to be able to work up their best play to combat whatever you have. And so it's going to be a battle of these two coaches, the two masterminds, and changes the game obviously so much when you need a 3 versus a 2, because when all you have to do is defend the perimeter, it really opens things up for your defense. And it just feels like for Newman Catholic, unless they can draw up the perfect play, this last 3-point shot is going to have to be a tough one and probably a pretty low percentage one. They're just going to have to find a way to be cold-blooded and make. Of course, for Assumption, their goal is to make sure that a shot doesn't even go off. But they would probably settle for one that would have to be a highlight reel type shot. Fender will throw it in to Erdman now. Fender puts up the 3, and it doesn't find its way in. Rebound, though. He puts up the 2-point shot, and it doesn't fall. Assumption will survive. They're 6-6 on the season and retake the 3rd place spot in the Merrillwood South. Stay tuned for our Merrill Steel post-game show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest and apply at merrillsteel.com.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important step in the fabrication process.
And we welcome you back here to Newman Catholic for the Merrill Steel post-game show. Connor Philippi with you. I'm here, of course, with Coach Pultz, and I'll be talking to JT Schlafer in just a second here. But congratulations on the gritty win here, Coach. First of all, I just want to talk a little bit about Quincy Fender, and keeping him under double digits any given night is very impressive. Just in a general sense, it felt like he got a few good 3-point shots, but for the most part, you kept this team off balance, kept them uncomfortable. What did it take to keep this score low in a game where, it feels like these Newman Catholic Cardinals can go off at any time? How did you prevent that?
Yeah, I mean, I preach every day in practice. It's all about defense. And our senior leadership showed up tonight. Ron Bohr, JT Schlafer, they all did a tremendous job defensively. And we knew tonight that if we're going to lose to Newman, it's going to be the others that beat us. I don't like letting the best player on the other team beat us. So credit to our kids, and frankly, a lot of respect to Newman. It's good to see Jeff back on the sideline. They got a nice team. It was a great Merrillwood South battle.
Yeah. And speaking of that Merrillwood South battle, kind of a simple question, but You know, it feels like these last couple weeks we've seen some great, intense battles. What is it that feels different about playing in the Merriwood South and with a lot of these teams that have a lot of physical, gritty type games?
Yeah, I think we all have a lot of respect for each other, but bottom line is we all know each other so well. It's a lot of us has been around. I mean, for the most part, Jeff's been here, I don't know how many years it's been. I know this is his first year back, but he's been here in the past. It's my 5th year now, and obviously around the conference for the most part, it's coaches that have been here 15, 20 years, and over time you play the same team over and over again. Guys really don't change a whole lot, and every night you know when you play in the Merriwood South it's going to be a battle, and it makes you better each and every night.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I'll see you actually tomorrow in Pacelli. I'll talk to JT here. Congratulations, JT. I'll ask you kind of a simple question here, and it's also kind of a complicated one at the same time. When you play in these close games and games that feel like they're back and forth, a couple point swings here and there, how do you, both as a senior and just your team as a whole, rally together to get these kind of wins when it's kind of a tough sledding battle the whole game?
Yeah, so it all starts with practice. Coach, he does a great job of making our practices really hard and challenging us. So once we get into these close games, it's nothing compared to the 3 days a week that we're going against each other. So that we battle in practice, and then it shows up in the games. So
absolutely. Thank you so much, and I'm sure you know what to do next year.
Thank you. I'm JT Schlafer, and I'm in the house. Thank you.
Yeah. Sweet. We got some good games the last couple